love pushing. My dad is pushing. I can't push with these shoes.
But why did you bring those shoes?
Well, I don't think I was really pushing a car up a hill.
Of course you were. Hey everybody, welcome to a funny little French car, the Citroen 2CV. Now I am out here in the mountains of Colorado in the USA. I've got to drive this vehicle through a windstorm on the highway. We're gonna find out, is it too slow? So, let's get right to it. All right, so camera is mounted. Door is closed. Life insurance policy is updated. Seatbelt on. Not that that's going to help much in a vehicle that has the crash rating of a tin can. And then let's go ahead and put the microphone on the seatbelt, because I think that's going to be a really important piece of technology with the amount of wind we have outside today. So, ignition on the left. Now, in the city, this car, perfectly adequate. This little town I'm at right now is called Niwot, Colorado. It's a super quaint little village. Speed limits anywhere from like 25 to maybe 45 miles per hour. And the little 2CV, ace at these speeds. Plenty of power. I just had an expert Citroen mechanic take a look at this car and he said it's running beautifully. We got the carb all dialed in perfectly. And yeah, at normal city, even suburban speeds, here in the United States, this car has plenty of power to keep up with traffic. Now, 4-speed manual transmission, and you'll see full throttle, easily can merge with traffic. It's fine. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. The shifting, you use this kind of weird little ball thing, and it takes some getting used to, but once you get used to it, it's extremely easy. This push-pull action on the shifter becomes super natural. And in the city, this car is an absolute joy to drive. It's incredibly softly sprung, and everybody smiles, waves at you. It handles pretty well. The brakes are excellent. But what happens when we merge onto a USA highway? Now, when this car was designed, it wasn't designed for American roads with speed limits of 55, 60, 70, 75, even 80 miles an hour. It actually had 9 horsepower when it launched. So, yeah, I mean, it was designed for rural French roads. And here we go, merging onto a USA highway. Speed limit here, 65 miles an hour, full throttle. There's 50 kilometers an hour into the next gear. There's 60 kilometers an hour. Now on my phone here, I do have something pretty cool, a speedometer, and that is gonna tell us in miles per hour how fast we are going. So there, 41 miles per hour. That's third gear. Wow, this windstorm we're having today is terrible. The car is really getting thrown about. Luckily though, I am on a flat, smooth highway in the fourth gear, 47 miles per hour, foot to the floor. Yeah, this crosswind is not gonna help our performance. But luckily, we're not going up any hills right now. 2 lanes so people can pass me. Speed limit once again, 65 miles an hour, full throttle, 54. Still speeding up. It's reading right around 90 kilometers an hour. Engine sounds healthy. Fighting the crosswind a little bit with the single spoke steering wheel. 56. Now we are at nearly 6,000 feet above sea level here in Colorado. And even though this engine is tuned nicely, you still lose a significant amount of power coming up to this elevation. At sea level, I have no doubt this car would be quicker, but it does sacrifice itself up here. 61! Woo! We are hauling! Still well within the speed limit. Oh, someone just splashed me. Gotta turn on my windshield wipers. Where's my windshield wiper thing? I forgot how to do that. Is it here? There we go. Wipers on. They're either on or off. That's all you get in a 2CV. 62! Oh, we're almost at the speed limit! So this is the big block, 602 cc's. This is the most powerful 2CV they ever built. 29 horsepower. Early ones were 9 with under 400 cc's. And 2CV actually means deux chevaux vapeur, which translates to 2 steam horses. And that was the taxable horsepower of the original engine. Now this has been great, but unfortunately, this is just the start of my journey because I'm going to join up with my dad and we've got to do some mountainous highway, some hilly highway to get to my destination. And that's where things are going to get sketchy. 63! Ooh, a little bit of wobble in the steering wheel when I hit 63. Over 100 kilometers an hour is what it's reading, like 101, so that's spot on. But yeah, I think up the hills, the situation not going to be as good. Miles an hour, 39. Oh, this is terrible. The speed limit here is 55.
And there is no concern on my part of us exceeding the speed limit in this high-speed Citroen run, because if you can get up to 55, I'll be mightily impressed by that little French car. It's funny, many people think when we first bought it that it's actually a Volkswagen.
These headwinds are just brutal. I've never experienced anything like this in this little car. That's why I decided to bring some cameras. 35 miles an hour.
Oh, he's pushing it with his body, trying to make it go quicker, and it's not.
Come on, little guy. You can do it. We'll give some people a chance to scoot on by. Full throttle. I'm gonna have to downshift here shortly. Here, we'll let some folks scoot on by. That is the safe thing to do when you have 29 horsepower.
And as you can tell, we have a lot of cars that piled up behind us while he was doing the high-speed run.
Sorry, folks. The little French snail is giving it all she's got, but all she's got just isn't much. Wow, that was quite the line. And that was like 5 minutes of driving. All right, are we good to go? Oh, got some wheel spin in the snow. Full throttle in a second. Now this car does not have a tachometer. Instead, what they give you is a speedometer with these little clicks that tells you how fast you can go, maximum speed, in the top of each gear. So top of second gear is right around 60 kilometers an hour or about 35 miles an hour. And then we hit third, top of third, right around 50, 55 miles an hour. So at least in this headwind, we're gonna leave it in third. Now there are people that have actually retrofitted these with 4-cylinder engines to give them a little bit more horsepower out of like the Citroen GS. However, this is bone stock as it came, and here's a full-on acceleration test. All right, 20, 30 kph in a second, speed shifting the umbrella handle, full throttle. Everybody went past and nobody's racing. Here comes the top of second, 60 kilometers an hour. It sounds like the valves are about to shoot through the top of the engine. And now we hit third, and third is kind of the slogging gear. That is the gear you just basically plant it and hope that you'll get up to speed. Wow, this headwind is really bad. Now this car weighs, I don't know, 1,200 pounds, and it gets blown around very easily. Very easily. The wind going capability of the 2CV is pretty limited because the aerodynamics are terrible, and it's basically a perfect flat side along both ends of the car, which means you really get thrown about. But uphill now, foot to the floor, into probably 25 mile an hour gusts. Oh geez, that's about 40 miles per hour. It is 40. All right, that's the summit. Now we can cruise on down this steep hill and see what we can get it up to. 42 miles an hour. About 70 kilometers an hour registering on the meter. Here comes 45. All right, big downhill. 50 miles an hour, about to catch fourth gear. Almost at the top of third. Engine screaming. Lots of wind coming inside. 52. All right, we can do this. My foot is planted. That little 2-cylinder is working everything it's got right now. 53. Wow, we're really being thrown around now.
55. Now this is the steepest part of the hill. 57. Oh my God. Oh my God. Don't tell the police we just went 50. 58. Can we hit 60? Oh my gosh, we hit 61.
Oh, there's a red light. Are you kidding me? Oh, bummer. Come on, green. Come on, green. Am I really gonna have to let up? Oh no. Green! Back on the throttle. Now the funny thing about the 2CV is you really drive it using the 4-speed manual. So in the city, you just leave it planted and then select the speed based on the gear. The other issue with the 2CV, it's air cooled, which means I really don't have very good heaters, especially when it gets to like 0 degrees Celsius, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Now you are supposed to put this little shield in front of the front end of the car where the radiator would be to keep the heat in the engine. But the heaters in these cars are pretty dismal regardless. Snow-covered trails to get to our final destination, I think. Let's see what happens. Believe it or not, the 2CV was well regarded in France for its snow performance. These thin little tires just cut through the snow and should, in theory, repel us anywhere, except we are now stuck. All right, I'm going to need to run up at this hill. Come on, little 2CV. Here we go, 2CV. Lots and lots and lots of power here. I don't think that's gonna do it. Might need a push from my dad. These cars only weigh 2,000 pounds. Let me give it one more go. Come on, 2CV. Come on. Oh no! Come on. There we go. Come on, little car. I'm now pushing. My dad is pushing. Almost to the very top of the hill. All right, come on. You're almost there, little guy.
I can't push with these shoes.
Well, why did you bring those shoes?
Why do you think I was really pushing a car up a hill?
Of course you were. Come on, car. Come on, come on. Woohoo! Woohoo! We did it! Oh, geez, it was just pure ice out here. All right. Oh, that was funny. That was not how that was supposed to go. All right, now we're bombing through some French country roads here. Look at this. All right, so the 2CV, it'll do about 65 miles an hour, and you do still need good tires for ice. However, what a fun little car. It makes every driving adventure, even if it's driving up a snowy driveway. We'll see you guys next time on another episode of TFL Classics. Thank you so much for watching.